Hariom students, I am Pushpanjali from CBSE English classes. Today I am going to teach you Rain on the Roof, class 9 poetry. Now this poem, Rain on the Roof, is written by Kurt Skene. He was born on 24th November 1826 and he finally died on 25th January 1904. Now introduction to the poem. The title of the poem, Rain on the Roof, suggests that the poem is about the rain. The poet is telling us about the memories he has of the rains, of the sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house, bring back sweet memories of the past. Now you can see, dear children, this is the house where the poet is sleeping. This is the house where the poet is sleeping, and how the raindrops you can see in the picture. Very interesting. When the humid shadows hover over all the stray spheres and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Now you can see, dear children, some very difficult word meanings are here. So humid, something which is full of moisture. Shadows refers to the moisture laden clouds which cast a shadow on the earth. Hover means move around something. Melancholy means sadness, sad. Bliss means happiness. Patter, sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Cottage chamber means the bedroom where the poet is sleeping. Now you can see here in the first paragraph, the poet is saying that when the humid shadows hover, here humid shadow refers to the dark clouds. Here the humid shadow means the dark clouds which are full of water. The poet is saying that when the sky is full of these clouds which are moisture laden, are full of water and are about to bring rain. When such clouds moves around in the sky over the stray spheres, here the stray spheres refers to the sky at night time, which is full of stars. At that time, huge clouds which are full of moisture move around in the sky, and the sad darkness of the night is wiped off by the raindrops, which seems like tears falling from the sky. The poet is comparing raindrops of tears, and he says that the dark sky, which seems to be very sad, it appears as if it is crying, and the raindrops are tears shed by it. He adds at is the like able to sing, go lie on the bed in the room cottage chamber. Here the cottage chamber means the bedroom, and listen to the sound made by raindrops falling on the roof. Okay children, now come to the second paragraph. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now here you can see what is the meaning of tinkle. Short, light, ringing sound. Shingles means rectangular wooden tiles used on roofs. Echo, repeated sound. Woof means you can see here the thread woven across the loom. You have seen na how the machine on which the thread is got woven. Patter, sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Busy being here refers to human beings, and here the poet is referring to himself. Now you can see in this paragraph, the second paragraph, the poet is expressing his feelings when he hears the raindrops falling on the roof top of his house. He says that every tinkle of the shingles has an echo in the heart. Wherever he sees rain falling on the rooftop, the sound repeats in his heart, and in his dreams he has many different fanciful imaginations. He adds that the sound of the rain falling on the roof top creates many new different dreams in his mind. he recollects many memories of the past which come back into his mind as dreams. So he says that as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, he has many new dreams in his mind, and the memories of the past come back in the form of dreams. Now come to the third paragraph. Now in the memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone to regard the darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I listen to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Now here you can see it means old poetic word for before. Dawn means day break. List means old poetic word for listen. Refrain means a repeated part of a song or a poem. Here the sound of the rain. Refrain here means the sound of the rain. Now here dear children, you can see in the last paragraph, here the poet introduces his mother. He is telling that his mother is coming in his dream. He says that he is dreaming of his mother. As he had told in the previous stanza, we have seen in the second stanza that rain brings memories of the past. It is the memory of his mother who is no longer alive. In the past, he used to love him a lot. Now he is telling, the poet is telling that in the past time, she used to love him a lot. She used to consider him a darling, and she would left him asleep till daybreak and have sweet dreams. Now mother, what she was doing? She left their children to sleep for dreaming. The poet can still feel that his mother is looking at him as he listened to the song made by the raindrops falling on the roof top of his room. The sound of the rain makes him correlate his past with the present. Now here you can see, dear children, here the poet become very sentimental. Now he is correlating the sound of the rain. He is correlating with the past memories. That is why the poet is moved by the sound of the raindrops on the shingles of his room. Whenever he hears this sound, it brings back memories of the past, and he is reminded of his mother. Now you can see here, dear children. Now I think the poetry is clear to you all. Now see the central theme of the poetry. You can also say the summary of the poetry. You can say the central theme of the poetry. The poem Rain on the Roof talks about the poet's varied reactions to the sound of raindrops falling on the roof of his house. He says that the raindrops at night are like tears shed by the sad dark night. He loves to lie in bed and hear rain falling on the roof of his room because it gets back sweet memories of the past. He says that the sound of the raindrops help him fall asleep and gives him sweet dreams. He has memories of his loving mother who would put them to sleep. Now you can see what is the main theme of the poem. You can also say the main theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is the healing power of rain. The musical sound of raindrops falling on the rooftop at night has the ability to revive sweet memories and rose fancies in an otherwise busy mind. The rain thus soothes and comforts an overworked mind by talking it back to the lovely past. Now see the rhyming scheme of the poem. The rhyming scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B, D, E, F, E. Now you can see here, dear children, that the rhyming scheme of the poetry is A, B, C, B, D, E, F, E. Now see, the poetic devices are also used in the poem. See the poetic devices in stanza 1. First of all, alliteration. The repetition of the constant sound in two or more consecutive words. You can see humid, hover. H sound is repeating. Stray spheres. S sound is repeating. Press pillow. P sound is repeating. Lie listening. L sound is repeating. So these all are consonant sounds. So alliteration. Now number 2, onomatopoeia. The use of sound word to create a dramatic effect and auditory imaginary. The sound expresses the meaning, that is called onomatopoeia. So here you can see patter is use of sound word. It is sound made by the raindrops falling on the rooftop. Now third is personification. Treating a non-living thing as a living thing. We know personification means treating a non-living thing as a living thing. So darkness has been personified when he says that it is sad. Now here we are giving the living thing, we are personifying it here. Now transferred epithet. What is transferred epithet? The use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. A melancholy darkness. The darkness is not melancholy, but it refers to the sad people. Now see, there are many poetic devices used in stanza 2 also. Again alliteration, the repetition of the consonant sound in 2 or more consecutive words you can see. Busy being, B sound is repeating. Thread, their thread, T sound got repeated. Rain, roof, now R got repeated. Now onomatopoeia, the use of sound words create a dramatic effect. Same way we have seen here. Tinkle, patter, sound made by the raindrops. Now personification, treating a non-living thing as a living thing. You can see here. Recollection is personified when he says that they weave dreams. Now they weave dreams. Personification is used here. Now we are giving the human being quality here to the non-living thing. Now transferred epithet, we have seen the use of adjective with a noun when it refers to the another noun. Dreamy fancies. It does not mean that the fancies are dreamy, but refers to the people who have dreams. Now see the stanza third. There are also some poetic devices. First of all, alliteration, the repetition of the consonant sound. Memory, my mother, M. You can see memory, my mother, M sound is repeating. Darling dreamers, D sound is repeating. Onomatopoeia, the use of same word. You have seen the sound words to create a dramatic effect, that is patter, sound of raindrops falling on the shingles of the roof. So these were the poetic devices used in the poetry Rain on the Roof. Now come to the question answer. What do the following phrases mean to you? Discuss in class. Humid shadows. Humid shadows means the dark clouds that produce rain. Now stratospheres. At night, sky abounding in stars, means sky full of stars. What a bliss! Happiness of the poet. Poet gets into his cottage and enjoy the patter of rain upon the roof. Now 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. The various imaginary thoughts and fantasies that are aroused in the poet's mind. 1,000 recollection weave their air threads into woof. Now this phrase means that numerous memories invite to form a beautiful picture that the poet recalls. Now see question number 2. What is the single major memory that comes to the poet? Who are the darling dreamers he refers to? His mother and her fond look. The darling dreamers are the poet and his siblings in their childhood when they were lovingly put to sleep by their mother. Now question number 3. What is the single major memory that comes to the poet? Who are the darling dreamers he refers to? The poet has memories of his beloved mother. When he was a child, she put him and his siblings to bed and allowed them to sleep till late. They had sweet dreams in their sleep. Darling dreamers refers to the poet and his siblings. When they were children and had sweet dreams, they were loved by their mother and so were her darlings. Now see question number 4. Is the poet now child in his mother still alive? No. Now the poet is not a child. He is an adult. His mother is not alive anymore. I think you have understood the poetry, dear children.